Howdy. Thanks for tuning in if you are. Yeah, I just wanted to give an update on some things that are happening in my life right now because hopefully it intersects with your life. And it's just kind of hard to keep up. And so I figured I'd just do everything in one quick little video. It's not going to be super long. But I have some really cool stuff to share with you. Start off with some really basic, normal stuff. So I, as of July, am not living in Olympia, Washington anymore. I actually am temporarily living in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, which is where I'm from. And it's been really nice to be able to see folks I haven't seen in a really long time. And my parents are remodeling their house, so I've been able to help with them in that a little bit. Um, yeah, that's been good. Also, as you may have seen, I have been dealing with some health issues, and these are things that I've been dealing with for like 10 plus years. Those being my acid reflux and my chronic back pain. Both of these issues have been chronic since I was like 12. And yeah, I posted a picture about like me with this little thing as a little device. Basically, what happened was I had an endoscopy where they stick a camera down your throat and they knock you out with anesthesia, and they were like looking around to see how my stomach was. And it looks like I have some sort of hernia, which it's a hiatal hernia, which might be causing the issues, but we won't know still for another week or so. And yeah, they put a little sensor inside of my stomach to kind of monitor where like the acid levels and see if the pain I'm feeling is even acid reflux or if it's something else. It's pretty intense pain. It keeps me up at night, and yeah, it's a thing. But yeah, I mean, we're one step closer to figuring it out. This is the first time we've ever had any sort of news about it or really looked into it other than just taking medicine. And I don't want to take medicine my whole life if I don't have to. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. In other news, though, yeah, I've also been taking physical therapy for my back. As a lot of you know, I have chronic back pain, and it's due to having scoliosis. And yeah, that's being worked on. It's been pretty rough for me, but maybe that's just like you gotta no pain, no gain, that sort of thing. I don't know. Um, but yeah, that's all the basic stuff. Get that out of the way, because now I'm going to talk about the cool things that are happening in my life right now. And the first thing that I want to just address is something that's been in the works for about 2 years, and that is I've been a part of this post-rock band called A Quiet Place, and we're going to release our debut and possibly final full-length album this September the 26th. That's in like 20 days. Yeah, that's so that picture I had up at the beginning and the song I was playing at the beginning, that's actually from our album, and the picture is us in the band. My friends Andrew Brand and Andrew Chosky. We're the three of us. We are A Quiet Place, and we're really, really excited to have this release that we've been wanting to do a follow up since we did an EP, like a demo EP in 2012, and this is the first time we've been able to make a real effort to release something, and it sounds really good. We recorded it all ourselves, and we don't really have any plans of playing shows or doing more music even as A Quiet Place after this, but this is really important to us. This release is a celebration of how much the music means to us and how much our friendship means to us. And we've been trying really hard to make sure that we release the best piece of music any of us have ever been a part of so far. And as far as my opinion goes, it's my favorite thing I've ever worked on. Yeah. So I'm really excited to share it with you. And yeah, some of these songs are years and years old. Some of these songs we wrote just for the album. I have some notes here. Yeah, so it's 7 songs. It's like 35 minutes. Again, it's 2 years in the making. Like, we started recording for it 2 years ago. And we're finally, it's all done and it's ready to be released. And it's the album, its title is A Quiet Place. It's our self-titled album. It's a celebration of friendship and people's individuals coming together in life and coming together spiritually as a spiritual family. And so, yeah, to commemorate or to kind of get things going with the album release, we submitted the album to some people who are hopefully doing some write-ups, some reviews on it. And until then, we have for you, whoops, that's the wrong thing. That's also the wrong thing. Those stream errors, that's all right. You see my anime background? We have a pre-order set up for you to check out. So this is the cover for the album. Andrew Brand designed it. Andrew Chosky inspired it. And we are just like beyond stoked with it. Super trippy and just like really happy with it. Yeah. So that's the album art, and then we have the pre-orders up for $7. And so, okay, let me explain something about the pre-orders. Because we're not going to be doing a whole lot with A Quiet, we're not anticipating it anyway. I mean, who's to say what we'll be doing in the future? But we worked really hard on this album. We made something that we think is really good, and we're releasing it independently. We chose not to try and seek out other ways to release it because we just wanted to keep it how it is. And so we have pre-orders up for $7 or more if you're feeling generous. And then once the album is released, we will release it for pay what you want, including $0. But for the pre-order, if you want to support us and you want to like get a chance to listen to some tracks early, we have the pre-order option for you. We also have these really cool things that are exclusive to the pre-order, meaning that once the album's released, you will not get a chance to like participate in it. That would be this pre-order exclusive limited edition made-to-order CD. So I'll just give you a quick look at it. It's got an alteration of the album cover. We call it the columnated variant. You can also get the full art if you prefer that style. We have that option for you because every order, we don't make the CDs unless you order them. So there's going to be no surplus. There will be no lingering spot for it on the merch page. This is only for the next 20 days can you pre-order the physical album. And yeah, it comes, the cases are hand assembled by yours truly, and the paper is made of this really nice gray granite 25% cotton paper, so like it has this really nice texture to it, and it's just we wanted to make this really special. We've done paper cases for our demos, and we wanted to kind of pay an homage to that, but do something really nice. So yeah, these are pretty quality. And what we have the picture here, this is not the final. The art is not printed on the final paper. We're still working that out. So this is the prototype that you're seeing there. So it might change a little bit. It'll probably just look nicer. But yeah, I designed the variant, which is just an alteration of the original cover that we have here. And then, yeah, it comes with a sticker, and you'll probably get like a little note and whatever else we can throw at you as a thank you for supporting the release. Those are $9. And then we also have basically the same thing, but as a print. And you can't really tell from this picture because I couldn't get good lighting because it's bigger. It's a 8.5 by 11 print. We might make them a little shorter, maybe like 8.5 by 10. But again, on the same paper. And it's just a print, like something you could frame, just like a piece of art. And we have print in quotes because I'm not an art person. I don't really know how else to describe it other than because I'm assembling each one made to order, just like the CDs. Once the album is released, you won't be able to get these. We won't make them. We're gonna be done with it. We're gonna move on with our lives. And so yeah, and those are $10. Both purchases come with the album. If you the digital copy of the album, that's my phone. And right now we have the first track, which I played for the stream. Brought together, carry forth. That's the first track of the album. You can stream it right now if you go to aquietplace.bandcamp.com and check it out. And then there are the other songs here, which will be available once the album is released. Yeah, I think I think I've covered everything. I'm really excited. If you have any questions, just let me know. I haven't been looking at the chat. Okay, there's nothing happening in the chat. There's only 3 people watching. That's okay because we have the archive. Yeah, the Facebook streaming didn't work out. I'm kind of bummed about that. It just wouldn't load for me. Some issue. I want to say it's on Facebook's end. Maybe it's a browser issue. Not quite sure. But yeah. So that is the first thing I have to announce. I say this to everyone who asks me about A Quiet Place, and I just say, if you make a petition big enough, maybe then we'll start doing shows. But it's 99% probably not gonna happen. But maybe there's a glimmer of hope somewhere. All right, that's A Quiet Place. I'm gonna put the link in the chat, and then I'm gonna share that around once the stream is done, so that you have access to check out the A Quiet Place page. Please support us. It would mean the world. Money goes directly to us, and it'll be able to fund. And both Andrews are in school right now, and I'm traveling and doing music as always. And so any money you give will go to support us and to cover the cost of the materials and things like that. So, okay, that's A Quiet Place news. Now on to other stuff. And this is basically just all everyday stuff. And I have really big things to talk about here. I'm really, really stoked. So I'll just do them in chronological order. I'm going to Chicago. My parents and I are gonna start driving out this Friday, and we're gonna make it to Chicago on the 11th, and I'm gonna hang out for a few days. And on the 14th of September, I'm gonna be playing a show in Chicago. It's gonna be a house show, and it's gonna be with Christian Welch, Joey Berkey, and I believe So Long Naota. That's September 14th. If you're in Chicago, please come out. It would be super awesome. If you can't make it to that date, I'll get to that later. But that would be great. After the show though, I'm going to go to a wedding where my friends Dave and Erica are getting married, and it's going to be great because they're wonderful. And I'm so excited for them. But then after that, I'm going to be recording a full-length album, and it's going to be full band for every day. Yeah. I'm really stoked. We're going to be recording it over the last half of September, and I'm going to be working with some really cool people on it. Some of you might know Dave Mantle from the Broken Light Collective, from his solo project Null. You also might more obscurely know him for recording and engineering some really cool music. I say obscure because, I mean, do people even read album liner notes? But no, he's recorded and engineered such world famous bands, all American bands such as Kevin Shalarith. That was the record that he most recently put out that I also was a part of recording. Dave has recorded and engineered for Families, Kayak, Sam Arias, Crooked Forest / Amy Savoie, and now he's going to be doing the latest Everyday album, and I'm really excited to work with him. He's agreed to do some ambient guitar work, and I'm just really glad to be able to work with him. I love his music so much, and I've had a blast working with him before, so it's going to be really exciting moving forward. And also, Evan Coons of Foxhall and Everett is going to be playing drums, which is really, really cool. It's something that we've talked about since probably 2014, and now it's finally happening. There's no other. He was the first person I thought of when it came to doing drums. I wrote a lot of the drums with his style in mind. I composed them, that is. I don't play drums. I just write them on the computer. But Evan is going to play them live and record them. He'll be writing his own parts and doing all kinds of cool stuff. I would love to get some more features on the album, but all that is TBA. All that info is TBA. Still got to work it out. The album's not going to come out till 2018, maybe even longer. That's simply because I'm trying to figure out how I want to release it. This is going to be the most effort I've ever put into a release, and I think it's going to sound probably the best of anything that I've worked with. Yes, I hesitate because we did such a good. I'm so happy with how A Quiet Place's album turned out, but I have such great faith in Dave Mantle to make this, to help me make this like really great. So yeah, yeah, and so I just want to try really hard with it. I want the release to be just right. So yeah, 2018, but I'm gonna be working on it this September. So hopefully you'll see some updates on that on Facebook and Instagram, and as they come up. So yeah, I know you're thinking, so Fallon, what happens after you record the album? Well, then I'm gonna go on tour with Kayak. Yeah, so Kayak is going to be embarking on a extended touring endeavor, and I get to join them for the very first part of that. I'm so stoked. Yeah, so Kayak, a lot of you have just seen Kayak as Dave Shea. Maybe in the earlier days you've seen Kayak as like a full band or as Navy Brat. Now Kayak is a duo of Dave Shea and Erica Johnson, and they sound really great together. I absolutely love it. They're some of my favorite people and some of my favorite music. So I'm really excited. Sorry if you can hear some home remodeling going on in the background. Yeah. So our tour is going to be October 1st through November 11th. Let me throw up the little graphic I had made. Oh gosh, you can't even see it. see if I can fix it. Fit the screen. There we go. Yep. So yeah, kayaking every day. Fall tour, October 1st through November 11th. Yes, we are going to be at Take Hold Fest. So we'll be able to hang out. Very excited to be there. This is my first time going to Take Hold, so I'm just really stoked. And yeah, throughout this tour, we're going to have a lot of intentional time to hang out. There are some dates where we would like to play shows and it's not intentional time to hang out, but we did plan for a ton of time to be available and just like spend some time in different places with different people. So yeah, I'm gonna be putting up dates for that after the stream as well. We'll be having the official graphic for the tour, like the tour poster. That'll go up later this week, probably on Friday. But I'll be posting just like the text of where we're going, the string of dates that we have planned. Yeah, super excited. It's going to be a Midwest and East Coast tour. So if you live in one of those regions, we won't be going very far south. We're not planning on it anyways. Yeah, you'll see that. I'll show you the route as the stream ends, and we're almost done here. We're getting to the end. Yeah, we have some dates that we need help with, and states in those dates include Missouri, Tennessee, Kentucky, South and North Carolina. We desperately need help in South and North Carolina. If you know anybody who would be interested in having 2 acoustic artists, that'd be great. But then Ohio and Michigan, we're looking for shows in those places. If you're able to help out with any of those places, I'll be posting more details after the stream, so be sure to check that out. And for the sake of this tour, I reprinted all of my everyday shirts, so you'll be able to get those on the road. And I've upgraded my sizes. I now have small through double XL, where I previously only had XL. So yeah, and the cool thing about this latest run of shirts is that they have a slight color variant, so they're going to look slightly like a shade different. They're still going to be gold and purple respectively for the designs, but they're just slightly different ink color, which is, at first I was like, oh no, is this wrong? And I was like, wait, this is awesome, because now they're kind of different. You can kind of tell between the 2 runs. Yeah, so and those are printed by the illustrious Cryptic Studios, Tim Stickrod of Foxhall and Everett, who also designed those shirts. He printed and designed them. Really happy with them. I'll still have copies of Illuminate that I'll be selling, as well as patches, buttons, and stickers. And I'm going to have just a handful of copies of my album before Illuminate, Help Hope Here, on physical CD. And I mean, I guess this is a good time to say it, just kind of for those watching. I am working on getting Help Hope Here printed on cassette. So yeah, that should be cool. I think the album is set up really well to sound good on a tape deck. So that is TBA, probably after this tour. So yeah, as for post-tour, and this is something that I would like to ask very, very specifically to people who are able to help. And granted, like, I know this is kind of a complicated thing to put out there, but I'm just gonna tell you where I'm at, and maybe we can talk about it. But after Take Hold Fest, I have no plans for my life. I've only planned up to the last day of Take Hold Fest, which I believe is the 12th. I don't have any shows lined up. Honestly, I don't have a ride anywhere. Like I was, I had a couple scenarios planned out. One where I just take a bus to Chicago and then take a train back to Coeur d'Alene. Um, but I would rather travel, tour some more as much as I can. Honestly, I have my schedule freed up for it. I know touring in the winter can get kind of challenging depending on the weather and things like that and people's schedules, but um, yeah, I am available to travel. I'm even willing to be a merch person. I would love to be able to play shows and that sort of thing as every day, or even help you out with some instruments temporarily. Uh, just would love to do something. And if you're interested in that, just hit me up. I don't have a car, and here's the thing. Part of what I was talking about earlier, I have chronic back pain, and so I can't drive for more than 3 hours. That's why I don't drive. That's why it's kind of challenging for me to tour in the first place. That's why I'm really excited when I'm able to get together with my friends like Kayak, and do this sort of thing. Is really it's not only just like a really special thing to be able to do, but it's also just like a huge boon for me. I'd love to help book and do whatever I can to make travel plans work out. That's all I'm gonna say. So if you're interested, hit me up. Maybe we can make something happen. But yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna close the stream out by playing another song off the album, of A Quiet Places album. It's actually, I think it's the first song that we recorded for this album, or at least the first one that we wrote together for it. Um, there are some songs that are displaced throughout the chronology. I won't bore you with the details, but yeah, this song is called "If We Can Hear It All." Yeah, before I play that, just want to recap. Not really tied down to anywhere living wise. Releasing a new album with A Quiet Place. I'll put links for that so you can check it out. I am going to be playing a show in Chicago on the 14th. Then I'm going to be recording a full-length, full-band album. It's going to be rock and roll. There's some straight-up hardcore music on there, and there's some just purely acoustic music. I'm going to polarize my genre even more, but it's a conceptual album I'm really excited to share with you all. I'll reveal more details once we get closer to that being relevant. And yeah, then I'm going on tour with Kayak, and I'm really excited. Can't wait to share our music with you. Kayak, they're some of my favorite people in the whole world, some of my favorite music in the whole world. Super stoked. Okay, I think that's all the recap. Here's the song. I'm going to post information in the chat, in the comments, and just all over the internet. So thank you so much for caring. It means the world. I literally, this is my life. If you care, like, I want to give you my deepest gratitude. Okay, here we go.